Welcome back, TML family. So, what I want to discuss in this video is a perspective to mixing at different stages of the song. At the stage of an artist, the thought process of the mix is sample selection. How are the different instruments in my music? How are they going to sound? What would be the texture of my voice for the mix? Stuff like that. The second stage would be when the artist takes his or her idea to the producer. Now the producer starts recording the artist. The producer chooses what kind of mics would suit your voice, what kind of preamps to use, what kind of mics to use on your drum kit, on your guitar, what kind of amps to use. You see, the goal of a producer is to capture the best performance he can. Then the producer sits with the artist and sees what is missing in the arrangement and what can be taken out from the arrangement, which is not required. Then he might also work upon the SFX needed, and to finish it off, he will go onto the board and do all the final mix tweaks using EQ compression. By the time the producer is done, we have reached 70% to the final product. So this stage is called the rough mix stage. Now the rough mix goes to the mixing engineer. So what does the mixing engineer do? It sounds like the artist and the producer is all you need. Well, that's the summary of this video. You do not need mix engineers. Fuck these boomer mix engineers. Just kidding. Okay, so this is what the mix engineer does. He takes all your tracks and he makes them all work together. The mix engineer is not worried about the music. Well, some good mix engineers do worry about the music, but primarily the mix engineers are worried about the canvas on which the music will be presented. Yes, the speakers. A mix engineer has to tonally shape the whole song so that the voltage generated by these frequencies are represented well enough in the majority of the speaker designs available in the market. So now you know what a mix engineer does. A mix engineer fights a ten-folded war with gazillion of different speaker designs. There is one more role which a mixing engineer fulfills. Just like a cinematographer or a director, they use sound to generate a storyboard. Just as the artist is conveying his or her story through the intro to the verse to the chorus to the bridge, the mix engineer also has to use sound to generate that impact as the story of the song is building. So, in a nutshell, this is what a mix engineer does. See, we aren't that useless, are we? So it's very important to understand the role you're playing in the song. Are you thinking as a producer, mixer, or are you thinking as just a mixing engineer, or are you working as a mastering engineer? So let me give you an example. Let me show you how a vocal chain of a mixing engineer looks like. You will notice that we mix engineers respect the sonic palette which has been left by the artist and the producer. So our vocal chains are a bit different. You will never see us tampering a lot with the sound. Our job is to add things and subtract things as and when they are needed from section to section of the song so that we can build the song meaningfully as well as make sure that the speakers are representing the emotion the artist wants to convey. So let me show you my vocal chain for this amazing song called Parwah by this amazing artist called Varun Dubey. His socials will be in the video info. Please subscribe to him. So let me show you a before and after of my vocal chain. My vocal chain consists of one parallel chain and some final tweaks on my vocal bus. So here we go.
नहीं रुकना है मुझे तभी बढ़ता गया मैं इतनी आफत आ गई अब तो प्यारी ही लगने लगी है ये कैसा है नशा जैसे धुला आसमां मेरे ऊपर गिरा हो मुझे नफरत भी नहीं मुझे जाना है कहीं जहाँ ये सब भी ना नहीं रुकना है मुझे तभी बढ़ता गया मैं इतनी आफत आ गई अब तो प्यारी ही लगने लगी नहीं रुकना है मुझे तभी बढ़ता गया मैं इतनी आफत आ गई अब तो प्यारी ही लगने लगी है ये कैसा है नशा जैसे धुंधला आसमां मेरे ऊपर गिरा हो मुझे नफरत भी नहीं मुझे जाना है कहीं जहाँ ये सब भी ना पहले
Let me also share my processing on the Vox bus. I start off with a small EQ. It takes out a little bit of the low mids. Second thing is a de-esser, takes out the S's a bit. Then I've added some color using two different saturators. One is a Spectre and one is this awesome saturator called RA6. Then you would see a transient designer. I have added this to get some attack and some sustain. And finally, a multiband, which is automated to take out different frequencies at different parts of the song. You will notice that I have not put an EQ or a compressor or any kind of processing on the main track. I have used a parallel processing track just to add whatever little was needed in the context of the mix. We are not here to rethink the artist and the producer and build Rome again in one day. We are here to just make everything work well with each other and convey the emotion and make sure it sounds awesome in all speakers. So let me also share the ratio of the volume balances of different elements in this song. So this should give you some clues on what my thought process was to generate good translation in majority of the speakers. So let's have a listen.
कहीं जहाँ ये सब भी ना
I hope this video answered some questions for you and you received some value. Thanks for your time. See you in the next one.